ladies, what if I told you that you are just a few subtle shifts away from becoming your own and his dream woman? Not because you're playing games, not because you're manipulating him, but because you are stepping into your own confident, soft girl era power. Your confidence, your mystery, your femme fatale era. Today's episode is all about femme fatale, feminine energy micro habits. Ones that don't scream, try hard, but rather, she's different. Regardless of if you're single or dating, or if you're in a long-term relationship which could use a little extra spice, you are gonna love this episode, and it is for you. Because here's the truth, we all deserve a relationship where we feel beautiful, confident, heard, and seen. One where we can truly be ourselves and not pretend to be someone else. But sometimes, especially in long-term relationships, we forget that once upon a time we used to flirt. Once upon a time we used to be mysterious. Once upon a time we used to do all of these sexy little micro habits that had us in that big ball of love, that early love that we kind of miss. Or if you're currently single and dating, you might need to work on these things as well because you feel like they're lacking in your dating life. Life gets in the way, regardless of if it's work or school or bills. Sometimes we forget to step into our feminine energy because we as women are often forced to stay in our masculine energy a lot to get things done. And romance, usually it's the first thing to go. But you deserve to take time to take care of yourself. You deserve time to feel sexy, to feel confident. You deserve time to invest and pour into a relationship, one that pours back into you. If you tap into these feminine psychological secrets, magic will happen. He doesn't just sort of like you, he obsesses over you. You are his dream woman. Why? Because you're your own dream woman and he picks up on that. He picks up on your confidence. He picks up on your ability to walk away if you're being disrespected. He sees and watches how you treat yourself, how you respect yourself, so he knows the standard. And what does that create? A foundation for you to feel cherished, loved, and respected, and do the same for him in return. Let me be very clear. This is not about playing games. It's about awakening your feminine energy. So dating feels fun again and your relationship feels hot again. Because who doesn't want that? So let's dive right in to the 20 ultimate femme fatale micro habits that will have him begging for more. Hey girl, what's up? Welcome back to the Get Up and Glow podcast. I am your podcast host, Madison Haynes, your glow up, self-improvement, fairy godmother, and diva. And I am on a mission to help you become the hottest, the healthiest, the happiest version of you. So if you're not already part of our Get Up and Glow community, hit that subscribe button. And if this isn't your first rodeo, let me know how long you've been along for the ride and comment a car emoji down below. The person that's been here for the longest, I'll pin. Femme fatale micro habit number 1, the dopamine delay. What is the dopamine delay and how do you do it? Don't always reply to him the second he texts, the second he calls you. If you have a free moment, sure, we're not about playing games, but if you're busy, if you're at work, if you are doing something important, especially if you've communicated that you're somewhere else, you don't need to be reachable at all times. If you're in a long-term relationship and that person knows where you are and you've communicated that, that's great. But if you're newly dating, especially if he hasn't even committed yet, you don't owe him a response every second of the day. You don't have to be readily available. And neither should he, because if he is a busy man, that means he has priorities. That means he can't drop everything to text and call you. And that is hot. Communication is hot, boundaries are hot, respecting your own time is hot. Why does this work? Well, because when you are not so readily available to text him a million times a day, all throughout the night, whenever you want, the delayed gratification triggers a dopamine spike. It makes every response feel like a reward, especially in the beginning. And for my long-term relationship girlies, adding a little spice, a little emoji back into it, okay? A little flirtation here and there will work wonders. You want to go back to the feeling of when you guys were first dating again, okay, then act like you were dating for the first time again, okay? What would you do? Would you criticize him as much? Would you be making bland text messages? Or would you be sending a little spice here and there? Would you be a little bit more flirtatious? If you want that zazazoo back, put in the effort. Micro habit number 2, mirror his energy just a bit less. If he's being playful, be playful back. If it's a serious conversation, mirror that as well. Even mirror his body language. If he is sitting more casually, mirror that. If it's a little bit more formal and poised, then mirror that as well. Your body language says a lot about you, okay? Even regardless of if you're mirroring him, sit up straight. keep your head held high, make eye contact. Those things signal confidence. And confidence is sexy. A guy likes his woman to be confident. He does not want to hear, I look fat in this. Do you think I look fat in this? Oh, this outfit doesn't look good on me. Nothing looks good on me. I'm so ugly. No, if you say that in front of him, he's either going to think you're insecure or start wondering why. Why is she so hard on herself? Is she seeing something I'm not? Why would you do that to yourself? Do not diminish your own beauty, especially in front of your man, because men want to see their women happy. They want to see them thriving. They want to see them confident. That is attractive to them. Number 3, the hook and withdrawal. I love this trick. And again, it's not a trick to manipulate the guy, okay? It's a trick to just add a little bit of passion into the relationship. How do you do this? Be bubbly, be fun, be captivating, and then exit abruptly on a high point. Keep him wanting more. He will replay the last moment in his head like a cliffhanger. And if there is resistance in exiting because you're just like out for dinner or you're sitting at home with your boyfriend or your husband on the couch, okay, fine. But then I want you to be Miss Congeniality. What do I mean by that? Be happy. Deliriously happy. Stop complaining, stop stressing, stop telling him everything that is bad in your life. No, okay, save that for your girlfriend. Go and complain to your girlfriends, complain to your diary in front of your man if you really want to see a positive change, if you want to get that spark, or if you really want to draw him in. Being the goddess of sunshine will do that. How he feels around you will determine if he wants to spend more time with you or not. In a relationship, it's really important to recognize that sometimes once we get into it, we are happy, we're our best selves, then we get comfortable and we pull back. We start to show different layers, and that's a beautiful thing. That is what relationships are built on. But don't make the mistake of always showing them the bad side. If you really want that passion, that spark, that feminine energy, that hot, sexy feeling back into your relationship, you really need to cultivate an energy about you that will allow you to step into your own feminine energy and invite him to rise into his masculinity. Now this one's a super sexy micro habit, but stare into his eyes, okay? Not in a creepy way where you're like staring him down. No, this is not a staring contest, but look him in the eyes and then look at his lips. Literally glance at his mouth for just a half a second, but do it when you have his eye contact. He needs to realize that you've done this. Why does this work? Because it subconsciously signals desire. Suddenly you're not just cute, you're tempting. And the temptation is sexy. Inviting him to kiss you without asking for it, without begging for it, which is not you sitting in your feminine energy. What you're doing is rising into your femme fatale power. Number 5, light, lingering touches. How do you do this? A soft touch on his arm, or brushing up against him as you walk by. Why does this work? Because physical contact releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Even short touches creates that little feeling of attachment. And regardless of if you just started seeing this man or you've been dating him for 25 years, these little tiny soft touches make a difference in your relationship. But this doesn't necessarily have to apply to touching him. You could do the same by touching yourself. And I know how that sounds, but hear me out, girl. Just lightly stroking yourself, even just a little bit in the right areas, just does something to a man. I think it just draws this attention to wherever you are, even doing it to your legs. It's super sexy. It feels super sexy and it draws them in. Number 6, use his name more often. Say his name when you compliment him, when you laugh at something he says, or even when you say goodnight. Hearing our name lights up our pleasure centers in our brain. It makes your words feel more intimate. Think about when someone uses your name. It just makes you pay more attention. You just have that feeling. You feel special. Do not sleep on that one. It can be so easy, like, you're so funny, Zach, goes to just, you're so funny. That little tiny micro change makes them feel 10 times better. It makes them feel like it's an actual compliment, like it resonates with them. Femme fatale micro habit number 7. This one is so important, okay? Be the prize, not the pursuer. How do you do this? Let him plan. Let him make his own decisions. Let him fall on his face if he has to. You are busy glowing. You're not here to fight for his attention. If you have to fight for his attention, then F his intention. Men value what they earn. If you offer anything to him too easily, or if you are super, super attached, spend time with me, hang out with me. When are we gonna go on a date again? We need to go on a date again. When are you gonna take me out? You never take me out anymore. That is not sexy. You won't get what you want, and he won't get what he wants either. When he has to work for your attention, communication, it feels more meaningful. Again, this is not you manipulating him and withdrawing and being detached, especially if your goal is to be in a marriage. You should be attached to that person. That is healthy. You should love your husband deeply. But what I'm saying is, if you feel like he is pulling back, he's not putting in effort, don't go and fight for it. Don't go and talk about it and complain about it and put pressure on him for it. Pull back yourself. Focus on your own self-care. Take yourself on dates, okay? Do that for you. Treat yourself like that. And when you do that, there's something that just resonates in a male's brain where they watch you do that stuff and they notice that you're like changing your behavior without nagging them, which is a horrible word, but you know, that is what it is to them when we feel like we're communicating our desires. But although we might think that communicating our desires is going to get us what we want, if you have to fight for that date, to plan every single date yourself, it diminishes the value of what's in it for you. Because you don't want to go out just for the sake of going out. You want to get dressed in a pretty dress, have him compliment you. You want him to plan something special, something where you don't do all the time. You want to feel special, feel desired. That being said, this is not one of those videos that has like these toxic how to manipulate men type of thing. I want to give you a genuine, healthy relationship advice. I believe that communication is super important, okay? Communicating your boundaries, communicating your values. There is a way of communicating, okay? So if you want to go on more dates, opposed to going and saying, I'm super sad, you never take me on dates anymore, or I'm disappointed because you're not doing that. No, instead, use the power of, I would love blank. I would love to go out on another date. Remember when we went to that place and you planned it all? That made me feel so special. I would love to do that again. If you say that, opposed to how you would have phrased it before, I can guarantee you, you're going to get what you want, you're going to feel hot, you're going to feel happy, and he is going to feel respected. The same applies for anything, okay? You want the dishes done and you asked him to do it and you're annoyed and you want to be like, why aren't the dishes? I'm going to go to the gym. When I get back, I would love if the dishes are done. Say it playful, say it sexy, give him a little hug, a little touch when you're saying that. Flirt with him. I'm telling you, ladies, this works. Even if you're newly dating and you just really wanted to go to a specific restaurant, don't say, can you take me here? Plan a date for this. Just say, I would love to go to this new restaurant. I heard so many great things about it. Communicate the desire without making it an expectation and watch him rise to the occasion. And if he doesn't, and you are communicating something that you would love to do that would make you so happy, and it's not super expensive or it doesn't take that much time, and he still doesn't do it, then ask yourself why that is. And if that person is truly meant for you. You do not chase, you attract. Micro habit number 8, compliment him in an unexpected way. Skip the looks, go deeper. I love how thoughtful you are when you talk about your family, or I love how you treat your mother with such respect. That really is attractive to me. Make him feel seen beyond the surface. Men have a hard time communicating their feelings, and when you can go and be that feminine and really go and communicate and compliment him on things that he might be insecure about, because no one ever tells guys that they're good enough or that they are smart or that you are proud of them. Things like that really mean a lot. It hits different to them, way more different than you have really pretty eyes, or oh, your hair is so sexy when it's pushed back. Number 9, control the pace of intimacy. Or if you are in a relationship, do not pursue attract. Don't rush the physical, okay? Build tension. Let it be a slow burn. Anticipation increases the emotional investment. It's gonna think about you nonstop. And if you're in a long-term relationship, okay, I know that can be a pressure, especially after being with someone for a long time. I've been with my partner for almost 7 years. But I'm telling you, it feels so much better to be chased than to be the chaser, okay? So create an environment for yourself to be chased. Put on a cute little outfit, spray yourself with perfume, make yourself look nice, compliment him, pour him a drink, offer to have a drink together. Do the habit I talked about before, like you look him in the eyes, you stare at his lips, flirt with him, be the goddess of sun and light, be happy around him, show him that you're just having the best time ever, watch things happen. Number 10 is so important, okay? Be his piece, not his project. Show up confident and drama-free. Be that person he can relax with, the person that he feels safe to go to for anything. Not because you're going to criticize him. Why did you do that? You shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. No, never respond that way. That is going to push him away. He's going to become so closed off and not want to go to you for anything ever again. Men crave emotional safety and they won't ever admit it, but they do. The new vibe is not to make him your new self-improvement project. The new vibe is to allow him a safe space where he can rest, where he feels confident and safe. And through that nurturing, through that encouragement, he will rise to be the man he's capable of being. Sometimes he just needs a reminder, a reflection of you are good enough, you are strong, you are capable, I am proud of you, to really start stepping up. But the last thing a guy needs when he's struggling at work, when he's struggling with school, is well, I would have done it this way, or why didn't you do it this way, or I think that you're the problem, and blah, blah, blah. That's going to make him feel horrible about himself. Wouldn't you feel bad if someone was doing that to you? Encourage. And if you really want to help him, try to use positive reinforcement, okay? So if they are really wanting to go to the gym, struggling with it, okay, the times that they do go work out, reward him for it. Say, wow, I'm so proud of you, or that was so great, how does it feel? Just be really, really encouraging. Micro habit 11, give him space and watch him chase. When things get intense, if you have a disagreement and he's doing something that you may not like, walk away. Do not entertain it ever. Never, ever, ever entertain a conversation if he is not communicating in a respectful manner. Don't cling on to him too and follow his every move and try to control every move, where he goes, what he says, what he does, who he hangs out with. No, do not cling, okay? Don't be the woman that needs to spend every second of every day around a man. That is not sexy, and it's not healthy for you as well, okay? The best relationships are ones where you can be an individual, you can work on yourself, work on your goals, while also being in a relationship as well, and being able to do that with your partner. Your life should not revolve around your partners. Your time, your schedule should not revolve around theirs either. Number 12, have a signature scent, and we're gonna be so unhinged, okay? Spray it, wear it all the time, but spray it on his pillow, spray it on his bedding. Why? When he doesn't sleep with you, when he goes on a business trip, or when he goes wherever, he's gonna miss that scent. He's not gonna even really know why, but he's gonna be like, wow, I miss you. Why? Because you Pavloved him when you go to bed and he smells that scent, that at his bedtime he's around you, and all of a sudden he goes to sleep in a different environment and does not have that scent. He's like, what's going on? Like, why do I feel different here? He doesn't realize it, but he thinks it's you. Sounds crazy, I know. And I don't know where I read that, but it stuck with me forever. It's just something I'm like, wow, that's interesting. But like scent theory, or like scent and attachments in terms of like your memory, it's real. Why? It's because scent is strongly attached to memory. One whiff of it and boom, you're in his head. Micro habit 13. Always, always, always be wearing clothes that you feel confident and sexy in. I understand you want to be comfy in your athleisure set or your little comfy sweat set at home. Okay, but you can still make that sexy. There is a difference between mismatched, bally, peely clothing that's dirty and not cute versus a cute little sweatsuit set, like a pink little set, one that's oversized where you could like pull over your shoulder a little bit, like the zip up hoodie. It's comfy and it's sexy. You can have a cute little whatever underneath. It's hot. You feel good when you look good. You feel hot when you look hot, okay? He's gonna think the same. You act differently when you know you look good, okay? You want to attract your man back. You want to feel like a prize. You want to have this femme fatale, feminine energy, okay? This is one of the biggest things you can do, truly. Same with your style and look, okay? Switch it up now and then. Do your hair a different way, okay? Wear something in it, like a barrette or something. I don't know, a headband, a different pair of earrings, a different lipstick, a different eyeshadow shade, whatever. Switch it up. It just adds something different, and he's like so used to seeing you look the same way, but they will pick up on things like that, especially like the more noticeable, like in terms of like wearing your hair all of a sudden in like a waterfall braid or a French braid. Like those are things that guys will pick up on, and it's fun. It keeps things interesting. Micro habit 14, disagree with grace. It is not sexy to pretend you like everything he likes and you agree with everything he says, okay? It makes you look like you have no brain. You do have a brain. You're smart, you're confident, you are powerful, so start acting like it. You don't like hockey, you don't have to pretend that you love it. You can admit, oh, it's never been my thing, but I'll watch it with you. You can go to the games with him. You can enjoy it because you like him enjoying something and sharing in that, as he will do the same for you, and watch your rom-com. But don't go into it being like, I love hockey, I am the biggest hockey fan, and you know nothing about it. Why? Because number one, you're either going to have to live your entire life as a lie, and who wants that? Or two, it looks like you have no opinions of your own. You do. You have opinions, communicate them. At the end of the day, if your relationship isn't going to work because you have those differences of opinions, then you would rather find out way earlier on than pretend to be something you're not just to break up like a year, 2, 3 years down the line. Disagree, have your own opinions, but keep it playful, like have that banter. Men are drawn to women that can hold their own. Confidence is truly sexy, okay? Admitting that you're not into something or you disagree is actually sexy, as long as it's done in a way where it's like actual banter and it's not coming off as chastising. Number 15, use the scarcity principle. Be selective with your time. Don't always be available, okay? Don't drop everything when he calls. If you're out with your friends and you've been waiting for him to schedule a date or to text you and all of a sudden he hits you up being like, are you free tonight? Don't give up your plans to go run over and be with him, okay? No, that's some Carrie Bradshaw energy, and we all know that she still is alone. No, you're not going to do that. You're going to be Blair Waldorf, Charlotte York type of energy, okay? You are busy. You're a busy woman who has very important things to do. You're not going to drop all of your plans for him, especially if there was a lack of communication involved. What is rare is valuable. If he knows that you have a full schedule and you have all of these cool hobbies and friends and activities that you love to do that makes you cool, interesting, and special, he's going to respect that. And if anything, he now knows, oh, okay, so I need to actually put in effort. I need to actually go and make a plan and do that consistently and show up in this way. And that's valuable for you. Number 16, let him teach you something. Yes, I know this is such a cliche. It's like the movies when like you're golfing and he tries to teach you and he gets up behind your back. You know, I get it, but it just works. Guys like to feel like they're good at something. It does. So ask him what he's good at, find out what he's interested in, do it with him. If he loves to fish, be like, would you take me fishing? It'd be really cool to learn how to do it. Not only is it allowing him to teach you something, but it's allowing you to be integrated into something that he loves and to share one of his passions. And sharing passions together, even if you're not passionate about the same things, but both being open and receptive to experiencing each other's passions is such a good thing for building a relationship, for building true intimacy. This also allows him to tap into his masculine energy, his protector, his provider mindset, and it makes him feel competent and needed. And not only that, to be 100% honest, seeing how he is able to teach, if he gets frustrated, if he yells, or if he's calm and respectful, that is a great thing, because when he becomes a father one day, how he treats you in terms of that, like when he's frustrated, when he's trying to teach you something that maybe you're not picking up on right away, that will determine how he'll be with his child when he's trying to teach his child a million things, how to throw a baseball, how to brush their teeth, whatever it may be. Is he going to get frustrated, or is he going to rise to the occasion and be calm and respectful? Number 17, have a mysterious other life. We've already talked about this in almost every micro habit, okay? Have your passions, have your hobbies, have your things where you go run and do them every single week and love to do them. Have these be bonus points if they are self-care related, okay? But you should have your things where you can be an individual and consistently do that even when you enter into a long-term relationship. Number 18, echo his beliefs if you believe it, and if you don't and your values are very different, okay, run. But when he talks about something that resonates with you, say, like, I love that too. I understand, like, encourage those conversations. Really relay your shared values. Shared values, especially if they're niche, build such an intimate connection, and it's a great way to do that really quickly. You feel like the soulmate energy. Like when a man feels like you get him, that is just like a next level for him. He gets so excited. Number 19, use silence as a superpower. Let there be pauses in your conversations, okay? You don't always need to fill it with blah, 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 anxious energy. I understand it can be hard. Take time to pause. This can emphasize your point. This also can add a little mystery into the relationship. It allows him to think about what he should talk about next, what he should ask you next. It also just allows space and a little bit of calm into the relationship, which is really nice. Strategic silence can even build intrigue. A lot of people would tend to overshare, to bring up something random that has no value in the conversation, but you won't. Number 20, always remind yourself that you don't need him. You want him. He makes your life better. He makes you happy. And that is why you are in the relationship. You have to believe that you as a person are whole, are valuable, are capable, with or without a man in your life. You are not needy, you are selective, okay? You are not gonna go pick, let alone marry, the first man that will have you, that walks onto your path and says, yeah, okay, I'll stick it out with you. No, you deserve a lot better than that. You deserve someone who's going to treat you with respect, have open communication. Okay, they're not going to be perfect all the time. A lot of these dating videos will be like, they need to spend all this money on you. They have to do that. You're not perfect. He's not perfect either. And I want to be very clear on that as someone who has made it 7 years and I am soon to be married. No one's going to be perfect, but what really counts is How do they act when they fall, when you fall, when you do have a disagreement? How does that go about? Are you guys fighting for each other? Are you guys respecting each other? Are you honoring each other's boundaries? Do you have shared values? All of that is so important. Don't sacrifice anything for someone, okay? The right person will come your way. You need to believe that. If you don't believe this first, this one tip out of all 20, none of them will matter. Work on your self-love, work on your confidence. That is why I have a million videos on this channel helping you do exactly that. I also understand that it can be hard to find like-minded women who are on their self-improvement journey, which is why I have created the ultimate society called the Glow Up Academy, where for just $2.99 a month, less than a cup of coffee, you get 2 bonus podcast episodes tailored to your questions, tailored to your own unique self-improvement journey. You can ask me specific questions about my life, my journey, or your own. I give customized, unfiltered content where we can talk about anything without fear of being demonetized. So if you're interested in getting 2 podcast episodes every month, bonus, that are a little bit more intimate and tailored to your specific needs, you can go onto any Spotify episode that has a lock on it that says Unfiltered or Glow Up Academy and click the button and follow along the prompts that Spotify will guide you through to subscribing to the Glow Up Academy, the unfiltered version of the Get Up and Glow podcast. This was a masterclass in feminine magnetism. Remember, if you are just starting dating or if you're in a long-term relationship, always, always, always take care of yourself. Be the goddess of happiness. Be that person, the best version of yourself around him when you can, okay? There's going to be times where you feel down and you need to communicate that. That's okay. But when you want to feel desired, when you want to add that spark back into your relationship, feel sexy again, dress like it. Act like it. Be that dream woman for you and watch him treat you like the woman of his dreams. Because how you act and behave when you are the woman of your own dreams, where you feel hot, healthy, and happy, you will become so incredibly magnetic. But remember, this isn't about being something that you're not. This is about being more you than ever. Radiant, confident, proud, sexy. These tips don't just attract men. They won't just attract him back, attract the spark back. They will attract you. Better energy for you. Better dates, better relationship. And they make you feel hot and happy while doing it. If you're just starting dating or looking to add a little bit of spice back into your relationship, these are your new secret weapons. Use them wisely. And as always, if you loved this episode, please, please, please leave me a comment. It helps my channel, my small channel, grow so much. Subscribe for more episodes because my mission is to make you feel like the best version of you, because you already are, girl. You're so hot. You're so sexy. Look at you. I want to help you see that. This episode was a little bit different. I'm also not wearing my pink robe, if you can't tell. I just got this new dress and I was like, it is so cute. I wanted you guys to see it. What do you think? I love it. So the pink robe had to disappear for today's episode in honor of the new dress, which is from Dynamite, by the way. With that being said, now you have all of the It Girl Masterclass glow up tips to become the femme fatale, the sexy woman of your dreams. The only question left is, are you ready to get up and glow?